in another art project. So today we're going to be doing some eggalicious artwork. So without further ado, we have some art extensions we need to look at to kind of be our inspiration for how we're going to do our eggs today. All right, our first picture we're looking at is Moving Sun by Optical Illusion, which can be found on Fine Art America. And it is one of those illusions where when you look at it, you can perceive some movement. And a lot of those work on the fact that there are blurry parts. So your eye's always trying to focus in and trying to make those areas look sharper. Other optical illusions employ other devices to make them look like they have movement. Op art, optical art, is art that uses rhythm and movement to create optical illusions. Artists use line, color, and shapes to create a sense of rhythm and movement in their art. Artists use depth perception tricks to show depth in their art. And as we look at three of the biggies in the op art movement, think about how measurement plays a part in their art. The first one is Victor Vasarely, and he is really in the forefront, especially where it comes to color and optical illusion. And this one is actually going to be closer to what we're going to be doing for our project today. And I want you to notice how the background plays into the 3D part where the lines attempt to kind of bend and move. And that gives it that 3D appearance. Bridget Riley is considered the godmother of the op art movement, British artist. And again here, there's these horizontal lines are all straight lines. And the vertical lines are where the spaces become different and gives you that illusion. And then the last one, intrinsic harmony. And again, there is a lot of measurement that goes into making these lines as well too. All right, so the first thing that we need to do, we are going to be creating this Easter egg that looks 3D. Is I'm going to start off with a circle in the bottom half of the picture. And I kind of subscribe to the SpongeBob circle making school where it makes many lines and you can always go back and erase the ones that do not make it look like it is a circle. Then I'm going to add this really nice big rainbow arch up to the top. Until it looks like an egg shape. So again, art 50% is about editing and erasing those parts that don't look like what you want them to look like. And I'm going to erase this inside part of the circle. And I think that's a pretty good looking egg. Maybe I'll make it a little wider there. Maybe a little wider on that side. So this next part, you can use either a ruler if you have one available, or you could use a folded piece of paper. So here's one that I have folded a couple of times to have a nice straight edge. You might want to mark on one side, kind of even spacings. Maybe the width of a thumb going up the side would be good for you. And if you have a ruler, then you can make those lines more precise, like every centimeter or every 3/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch. Probably the biggest trick to doing this is going to be not making the lines too far apart and just kind of making sure they're as straight as they can be. So I'm going to go across, and anywhere that the egg is, I'm just going to skip over that part. right, my next part is I'm going to be making lines that are going to be vertical now. Again, trying to follow that same pattern where we keep the lines kind of equal distance apart. And then draw the straight line down. Again, we're also going to be skipping wherever the egg is. All right, our next step is going to be determining where the middle of our egg is going to be. So I'm going to let these two lines be straight down. So I think this is going to be pretty close to the middle on this one. So I'm going to just do straight down. And then I'm going to let the near the bottom be more of this be straight across. And then our next step is making the lines curve. So basically you're going to be connecting this line to this line and you're going to make it curve. If you feel like a line isn't the way you like it, no worries. We're doing this in pencil and you can certainly go back and make those lines better. The bigger the curve, the more 3D it is going to look. I like to get the curves a little bit bigger the further down I go, if I can. All right. If you want to lightly even kind of make that a little bit lighter on the outside edges, you can, or you can leave it be the same. And now you can put different designs in your egg 3D optical illusion eggs if you'd like. If I do the same pattern, let's say like a heart or even a circle or some other shape, I want to try to make it fit it on all four sides because that's going to help make that look more 3D. And I'm just going to do a pattern of circles and hearts. You can also go back and even where the lines intersect each other, you can make other little designs too. Like if I wanted to go back and make a little dark dot in between all of them, I could do that, or some other little shape or design. That's completely up to you. If you want to color these in, you're absolutely welcome to. You could even potentially do a different pattern in the background grid if you wanted to. If these optical illusion eggs look familiar, well, they look a lot like Fabergé eggs. So Fabergé eggs were jeweled eggs created by the House of Fabergé in St. Petersburg, Imperial Russia. And there were as many as 69 created, but there's only 57 that are around today. And they were mostly given as gifts between the Russian czars, which is kind of like their king and queen, as Easter gifts. And you can see that inside of these eggs were additional surprises, like the carriage and the ship. So your super silly joke of the day is, What day of the week is an egg's least favorite day? Friday. Fried eggs. Friday. Friday, yeah. All right, I hope you enjoyed learning about optical illusions today and making your own with an egg and of course the Fabergé eggs. As an extension activity, if you want to get another piece of paper and draw out what surprise you would put in your egg, you by all means can do that. So remember, make sure that you are kind to your family today. Give someone a hug that really needs it, and keep on doing great art.